Good morning and welcome to a day in the frugal life. Yeah, something like that. So today we're doing something a little bit different. I'm gonna take you along in an actual day in the life. But instead of just showing you my routine, which you guys have seen a couple of times, I'm gonna show you how our family is a frugal family. A lot of you guys have asked, not just hear my tips, but to see what we do personally so you can like see some real life examples. So I'm just gonna carry my camera around today, and anytime I see something that I can think of that we do to save money or be wise with our money, I'm gonna try to show you how we do it. Let's get started. First up, breakfast. If you follow me on Instagram, which you should follow here, one thing that you see us do on Saturdays is we make breakfast for the whole week. For one, it just makes our mornings a lot easier. I do have a detailed morning routine video. I'll link to it below. But really, it's such a good, healthy money-saving tool for us. So instead of running to quick, pre-made, expensive frozen breakfasts or expensive cereal, we just take the time on Saturday, which is kind of a slow day for us, and we will cook up a bunch of eggs for the week, or a bunch of bacon. We've even got waffles in the fridge. And then we just, we just reheat them throughout the week. So we have a good, quick, hot and ready breakfast that is homemade and frugal. With budgeting and frugal living, one of the major misconceptions that I talk about all the time on my TV segments and different things is that when it comes to saving money or getting ahead, a lot of people think that it comes down to these big $500, $5,000, $10,000 decisions, right? And while those make a huge difference, of course, the ways that you save the most money, the ways that you become financially free, they really come down to the little everyday decisions that are like $1, $5, $10 decisions. So a lot of the things I'm showing you today seem so minimal and so tiny, but when you add them up on a 365-day basis, it adds up to a lot. And that's truthfully what has allowed us to live the lifestyle that we have. Up until a few years ago, our income was extremely variable. We never really knew what the paychecks were gonna look like or when they were gonna come in, and we had to live this way. And now, even with our income being more stable, we still live this way because it's just the way to do it. When it comes to food, that is one way that a family can save so much money, which is why I focus on it so much on my videos and things with you guys. So, one thing we've been doing since the dawn of our family is buying food in bulk, whether at Costco or even at your local grocery store. There's always a bulk section, and we tend to buy the biggest container of something that we know that we will go through and use and doesn't expire quickly, because it saves a ton of money rather than buying little individual containers. One thing we do to save money is we try to stay healthy. We buy vitamins in bulk when they're on sale at Costco. We buy the big sizes, and then we give our kids a vitamin every morning to help keep their immune systems.
These are yummy gummy bears.
You like those? Kind of tastes like candy, huh? Mm-hmm. Keeps our immune system strong, and honestly keeps us out of the doctor's office. And any medical bill we can avoid is a good medical bill. Good morning, pretty Maury. How are you?
Okay.
Hi, Davy. One thing that we do is we try to cut down on our electric bill by isolating our heat. It is getting to be winter and it gets really cold in our house, especially in the morning, because all of our flooring is tile on this main floor. So instead of turning on the heat in the entire main floor, whoever wakes up first comes down and we just turn on this one little fireplace so that it heats just this room that we're in, and so that we don't have to run the forced air through the entire floor, which is a lot of unnecessary expense. Hello? Hi. Hi, my big guy. Say mama. You say mama? Mama. Hi. Let me turn off his space heater. His room gets a little bit colder than all the others. So again, instead of running the forced air all night, because the rest of us are comfortable, we just run a small little space heater in his room so that we're not running the air all night, huh? Another thing we do to save money is we pack our own lunches from home. I have shown you guys our lunch system video. It's true that school lunches are not really that expensive in the grand scheme of things. Like, I think $2.50 per lunch is what it is at our school. But I've got 3 kids in school, so $2.50 per kid per day, that adds up. That's a lot. I don't do mental math, but that's a lot. We let our kids choose hot lunch 1 time per week, and then otherwise they pack their lunches the other days of the week. And it saves a lot of money, but more than anything, it's creating good habits in our family and teaching our kids to make food at home rather than eat out all the time as adults. Wait, what was that?
That's $37.50 each week.
It's a lot. And some of you guys are like, well, groceries are expensive. Well, sure, they can be, but that's why I do so many videos on affordable grocery shopping and meal planning, because yes, it can be expensive, but if you buy bulk, if you use what you buy, and if you're selective with your food, then it really does save you money in the long run. And the other thing to remember, and I do teach this in my snack system video, so go check it out, is that anything in a wrapper like this, we do not eat at home. This is only for packing lunches, school lunches, because these individual packages are more expensive. But then we have plenty of bulk size items at home. So if they want applesauce at home, instead of grabbing something in a package, they can grab a bowl and get themselves some. It makes a huge price difference. Okay, Beck, what are you doing right here?
Getting some apples for home lunch.
For home lunch? What is this you're sprinkling in there? So we have a fresh apple. This is called Fruit Fresh. You can buy it in like the canning aisle by the jam supplies, and it keeps fresh fruit from getting brown. So we just sprinkle a little bit in there so that we don't waste any apples at school, and they taste and look so yummy when it's time for lunch, huh?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I love bagels, and I really love Einstein bagels, but instead of buying them at Einstein's, I buy them at Costco now because they're cheaper there. But you have to buy 2 packs at a time, and that's a lot of bagels. So what I do is I bring them home and I cut them in half, and then I return them to the original package, or you can put them in a gallon Ziploc, and then I freeze them so that I just pull out a half bagel at a time from the freezer when I need it. You can toast it frozen and it thaws and toasts at the same time, and then that way they last way longer. You don't want to throw them out, they're precious. That's a frugal tip. Uh-oh, somebody left the gate open. You seeker. McEwen, what are you doing? You went straight for it. Come here, mister. I don't think so. One thing we do is we like to buy these baby gates that have tension so that when we don't need the baby gate anymore, we can remove them and not have big holes in our walls to patch. Got some hard workers over here. And McEwen loves to unload the dishwasher all over the floor. Yes?
Why did Dad eat waffles?
He ate your waffles because you were done, and we don't like to waste. So Daddy was being frugal, huh? Another way that we try to be frugal is with our coats and our shoes. Now we've got 6 kids with 2 on the way. We're lucky because our kids are close in age, so we're able to hold on to some of their stuff that is in good condition anyway. So one trick, I've showed this before. My girls, for example, are 17 months apart. Davy is the second oldest girl, so Davy gets 2 dots on her clothes and on her shoes. But then when she has outgrown the coat or the shoes or whatever it is, and it's time to pass it down to Maury, we add a 3rd dot because Maury is the 3rd girl. That's kind of our hand-me-down system. So we really keep what's in good enough condition and just add a dot and pass it down. Last night we were super tired and we went to bed leaving a few messes around the house, and it's driving me nuts and putting me in the hole. So I'm gonna take about 10 or 15 minutes and set my timer and do some speed cleaning and get this main floor up to scratch. And then I'm going to go through the meals that I planned for this week. Oh, grumpy buddy. Probably put this guy down for a nap, huh? And then I'm gonna go through my meal plan for today and tomorrow, pull out any meat from the freezer that I need to, and just kind of get my bearings ready for the day. I actually paused my speed cleaning and I need to eat something. I'm not feeling so great. Man, being pregnant with twins is no joke. But I wanted to show you what I'm eating for breakfast. Again, this is a food thing. I'm kind of on food mode right now. One time at a bagel shop, I got a Novalox bagel, which was smoked salmon and cream cheese, and it was so good, but it was really expensive. So now instead, I just get those bagels from Costco that I showed you earlier. I add cream cheese, and then I buy my own smoked salmon from Costco. It's considerably cheaper there. And I just make my own for breakfast in the morning, and it saves me about $7 every time. Win. Along with buying bulk, one of my frugal tips is that you gotta be careful of the container. So for example, this cream cheese is a giant thing of cream cheese from Costco, but it's about half empty. And that's when you're gonna start to gather mold. It's gonna go bad faster. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually going to transfer it from this big half empty container, and I'm going to transfer the cream cheese into a much smaller container so it remains more airtight and lasts a lot longer. And now the best part is this container. If you read on the bottom, it says top rack dishwasher safe. So I'm actually going to rinse this out and wash it in the dishwasher, and I'm going to reuse it. This is perfect for freezer meals. Some soup in it or some spaghetti sauce. Also, this would be really good for taking a meal to someone that someone wouldn't have to return to me. So I actually hold on to stuff like this. We keep a number of paper products on hand, but we invest in the sturdier products, and we will actually wash these and reuse them. So oftentimes my kids will use these to eat snacks or popcorn out of, to drink out of, and we will wash them and reuse them again and again. So instead of the garbage or recycling, this is actually going in the sink. Same with Ziploc bags. We use these a lot for lunches or distributing snacks, and we will just flip them inside out, wash it like we're washing our hands, prop it on something to dry, and then reuse it again and again. There are a lot of things we do to save money on laundry. I actually have a laundry routine video that you guys have really gone crazy about. I will link that below. So check that out for how I do my laundry. But a few quick tips off the top of my head. Whoa. Number one, we like to save the lint from our lint trap. Hold on, I gotta stand up here. There we go. Because this is actually an incredible fire starter. And when we go up to the cabin, we use this as kindling for the fire. So that's a good way to reuse this. Also, in the dryer, I rarely use dryer sheets, but when I do, I rip them in half because half is plenty. It also helps decrease buildup that is inevitable in your dryer. The other thing that I do that I explained in my laundry hacks video is I use very little detergent. I use these pods for our clothes, which these are more expensive than, you know, a cheap detergent, but I find that this is all you need. I was using way too much detergent, so this has actually saved me money. So I use these on our clothes. I use a good name brand. Tide, for example, is my favorite. I get it on sale at Costco and stock up. Sweatshirts and coats, jeans, blankets, things that we want to look good. And I find that using a name brand detergent actually saves us money in the long run because I'm a big believer in buying no-name stuff, store brand stuff. However, when it comes to our clothes, it makes our clothes look better and last a lot longer, which saves us more money in the long run for a family of our size. If we keep them looking good and stain free, then I can pass them down from kid to kid. And then I also keep an inexpensive, just Kirkland brand detergent lying around for things like old sheets or old towels, stuff that needs to get clean and smell good, but then I don't really care if it has stains on it. It really doesn't matter so much. Anyway, go watch that laundry video, but there are a lot of things that you can do to save money with laundry. Also, I wait until my load is pretty much full. I don't run little tiny loads all day long. I feel like it's a waste of water, detergent, and energy. Okay, my speed cleaning is done. I am running a bit behind this morning because I'm filming. That always slows me down. Normally I try to be somewhat ready for the day by 9:30 and it's a little after 10 right now. So I gotta get going because McEwen just fell asleep and my window is small. But first, I looked at my little meal plan for the week. I have lots of meal planning videos below, so I will link to that whole playlist and how I meal plan. But today I am doing a chicken spaghetti. So I'm gonna go grab some chicken from the freezer and set it out to thaw so it will be all ready for me for dinner tonight. Okay, you know what? I changed my mind. Since I'm making it anyway, I'm just gonna double it, cook one tonight, and then freeze one so I can have a freezer meal for another day. And also, I pulled out a third bag of chicken from my freezer. Instead of just letting it thaw and then having to cook it later when it's crazy and the kids are home, I'm actually gonna throw all the chicken just plain in a crock pot, let it cook down. I'm gonna shred it. I'll use 2 packages of chicken for the meal tonight in the freezer meal, and then the third one I'm just going to have cooked shredded chicken on hand in the freezer for a quick meal for another night. So I'm killing 3 birds with 1 stone. Boom.